Greetings everyone, boys and girls. This is James here speaking, and how's it going? Today is on Monday, which means here is today is August 16, 2021. And we're about to have to see our memory stays of where I was remembered. This was a scene historical as all of the years and the decade, and also have the providement that people made the animators and the artists that tell it, and the music generated to be imagining having the creating the creativity. It's a personal work, but it's on this August 16, 2021. Since I has remembered this. That Canadian's British animator is legendary. The guy names Richard William. Since he lost his life, Richard William, since I remembered him. We're about to have to see this pretty the pictures here is above in the stream, and we'll have to talk about the Richard Williams. He's doing the talentlessness and doing the purposely that made the short animation films and unfinished traditional animation films. It's called the Thief and the Cobbler. And supposedly is a Russian unfinished animated film, The Overcoat. That it nearly just almost 50 more years that the productions went slowly and halfway through it ambitiously to work it. So to be honestly, and as a great talent as it tales to be with the Richard William, and as I did believe, based in the United Kingdom, and he lived belonging to the London. This is where I've supposed to, since when I was a kid, that I watched the cartoon and Japanese animated films and media and franchises all around the country, purposely. And they have a United States, the people did it here with an American cartoonish style from 60, 70, 80, 90, 5 to 6 years over the decade. And people are good things stunningly. And it says it handles for making this a budgets for the make the animated productions for the produce his own project here. And this is one of the most mentions to remember with the British animation films, and honors it in topic and out topic. That I have a usual what I watched and got them this VHS tapes and DVD videos, and wrote a book with and they have the commercials wonders that have the animation films quality. So as obviously it's tied to be humble for wave of the beginning, that Richard Williams bought from here is in-house studios in London, and had this be, as I bet, to make this solo the one professional personality, that he was created the first short animated film. He created that the traditional cut out the edge, the paper, the animation stuff is a whole lot in here. And a whole lot in here. So I would remember watched like the little island, and this pretty neat and this pretty good stunning. It was used to cut out this paper and this painted along with hand drawing it is animated. As I knew that's a cut out the animation. I think it's a sort of hand drawn the traditional animated here. So the frame it goes up. There's two half of the frame and it goes one pictures one frame all the time. That is quite interesting, and it's just usual. I remember watched that before. So this was here as a one thing here is that unintentionally just the talentless whatever this I pronounce this. So I put the first time is I put seen like 1993 between 1985 the titles the Thief and the Cobbler. Since it's way back from 1964 and 1985 to the possibly the 31 years that's making it. That's the belief that Richard Williams attempts to make it halfway from the productions, but halfway to all of it says the secure front end. As I had I've seen a little bit of a while, and it's I think good thing is this good is the creative work is in the image with the artistic the visuals in the tends to be like a Middle East and I don't know I don't have a bunch of the words that would explain it to me. So this was had the first and majorities and troubled history that with independent funding that secure that run out of money since haven't left, and he tried to work on the commercials and television specials, and who was hired with the Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I've usually watched the Who Framed Roger Rabbit before, so it's pretty much the animation film. Its quality is amazing. That's what's obviously. Although they have the Williams' score to help with Warner Brothers, but it's roughly the revision had reconstructed the animation files that, but it never had approvals an attempt. So, and understood being has went to cutting the floor, and before the films had losing control that made out to have to with remains deleted scenes, deleted cut, and all of the pencil lines where the sketches were animated. One of the majority things that has arranged really queer that has wisely the various to be had to drive just trying to be that ways is over in here. That's way to butchered. So I know I first watched the Thief and the Cobbler since only when I was a kid, and I was looking onto YouTube videos back to 2006 and 2007. It says earlier to 2006. So what I've seen the Thief and the Cobbler. I've always honestly that there was a unfinished and animated. As nobody ever bet to get to finish this quality. This quality has a production time that it will be the 85% completion. And a doubt the fortunate, it still remains unmarkable with unfinished. And that's what the same way to do. And I went on to the big movie theaters and had seen 2D animation, the CG animation films. I would usually remember I watched this before. They're going with a family. And I was mentioned, so I watched the Titan AE, Ice Age, Rio, the Peanuts movie, and something like that. And I wasn't likely to see the Uncle Richard Williams. He's doing the good well. He's pretty doing well. It's stunningly, and he's created work as he made the one frame, one pictures all the time. So the put them into some, put it in every just frame just together. Just make a result of very smooth animation. And I was up for 60 frames per second. Then I would just look at it over it as a quality that the Thief and the Cobbler. Because the Thief and the Cobbler's animation's video quality is a run to smoother, it's very smooth, and the 2D animations is quite as plenty of the time that the animation team says to pick up the United States and United Kingdom. Excuse me. Instead of pick up the countries, right? United States, Canada, Taiwan, Chinese, Japanese, South Korean, Thailand, Belgium, and French, and put them up as teams, lines up, grouped it together, and with a replacement for young animators, perhaps they impressive 2D, 3D animation effects. I wouldn't watch this that I saw. It's pretty cool. So it's obviously it's just really good as far as the animation does. And I would have to overlooked it for as a future Richard Williams as well has this bit happen. This is Private Beats, a short film that successfully and awarded, it's nominated, and Blowlock. This is made back in 2015. It's a good animated scenes. Him as a like artistic visuals, the sketches, the very colorful. A lot of the good and sadly, this is supposed to be that Richard Williams has made final projects, the final animation film, and last animation files, the last film. And Richard Williams, they didn't make it, just more animation films just past that, and that's really the moment. And unfortunately, just Uncle Richard Williams suffered from cancer at home, which is that he suffers cancer. I think he knew that, and I don't know if it's out Richard Williams the diagnosis. The diagnosis, cancer is already live out of life as a healthy issue, and that is the moment. And that's today, August 16. That's where he's declared dead. And I didn't want having to make this video in this one. I want to have this, what you like to say, and this still have this live the legacy with Uncle Richard Williams. And I have to thank you supporting too with Richard Williams. And it's still didn't happen. His gods animators as Richard Williams. And as a huge believer, this makes very happy, as a proud of him. Just all of the people watching the Thief and the Cobbler. And all of the hallways is that where I had the animation process. It was spent 31 years to process. 31 years, that's right. The production longest history goes. It still have unfinished animated film. Like more than the 32 or 31 years has happened, but the Richard Williams is possibly to make it a completion film that they had this unfinished animated film. And some people is from Russian that hand drawn to cut out the animations, and where I saw that the Overcoat is as nearly as goes to up to 48 years to process. Is back from 1980s, 1990s, 2000, 2010, then 2020 is what 5 more years and decades. It's still unfinished film, and I think it's he wouldn't be to get the possibility to finish this that the Overcoat, since when I just saw it that. So first time I saw for the Uncle Russian animator. This I haven't seen the saw that this guy was right there, and I would just believe here it's a long really this and I had to nearly necessary as a production way to slow. And the surpasses near 50 more years in the animated process. It's still got butchered. Likely similar to this Yandere simulator to Yandere develop. It's more of a 6 years hard time working here until it surpasses like the Stephen and Cobbler as 31 years to making it is still unfinished. The Overcoat is also has nearly almost a 50 more years process. That's unacceptable. That's unexpected. That's unexpected as a way butchered this wasn't have the ever been to the helper by the group's lines of group. And Abe have to decided as Abe do have to running my personal solo career with everything is a career to that to make the everything as anybody else had to make the art designs and animation. That's his way things is still the Richard Williams legacy. It has remarkable is still film animated the animated film that he made, but it's still a history, is a historical of the Richard Williams animation film that did that's a purpose. Russian animator he made the historical, but the Overcoat is still the production. I believe it's still ambiguously the production's way slow. That's the way to butcher it. Well, I guess about it, and my throat is I'm pretty tired of it. And I would believe here as I would live here, but it takes a while. This is selected pandemic the periods of 2020 and 2022. And we are honorable with a legacy with Richard Williams. And I would believe here that people that make this creativity to make independent thought and make the animation videos and to keep it alive with Richard Williams legacy. To all of us the people with a honorable memory with Uncle Richard Williams. So Uncle Richard Williams, I know this is best and true, and I believe you just makes it happy as a problem with all the people. And people make this rebooted for the Stephen and Cobbler. And honestly though, if you don't have the take to give up yet, and keep it doing it pretty well, and to keep your creativity, hope you is good, there's a healthy around here. Hope you seen that the decade, that's what will my life is the future. As doing us is good, doing have to be good animator. So Richard Williams, please take care. Good health is be good smile. Be good animator. Amen. That's what they pronounce as that's what they pronounce that Uncle Richard Williams. So basically we have 2 years after Richard Williams since I remember him. My severely condolences with the memories of Richard Williams, and I'll be due as I would go into the present day, run times his career, and the animator survivor kids, which will be as a continually to the legacies of forever, as a professional the good work and a professional the good jobs, the work things that you do. And yeah, this is August 16, 2021. Since I remembers a memory with Uncle Richard William. So, Uncle Richard William, miss you and love you so much. And hope you're good animators as well. Keep the creativity. Amen. God bless. And to close out, first out to beat, next is future video. So I will promise this and make the 2D animation video. So hope you enjoy the videos. Make sure that the content me to I'll let you guys who don't know, and it will be in the next videos that will become this we figure out by myself. So hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you around for the next video. So and make sure that content me and also find out. So as always, later.